at Open Lands as a conservation group, we're helping to green and protect areas where your employees work and live too. Honestly, I think the biggest way that companies can engage with us is just the sharing of resources. So yes, that might mean financial support for our special events or for program support, but when we really get to a deeper level, and we've seen this with Bartlett especially, where we can share ideas, share resources, really play upon each other's strengths and work toward mutually beneficial goals. Mm-hmm. So for example, this year we have started an aggressive campaign to plant trees in the city of Chicago. We're trying to plant 5,000 trees over the next few years, with all the issues coming up with the loss of trees, that we're really trying to step in and provide for that need. And Bartlett has been available to us to not only providing support for our Tree Keepers program, but also providing in-kind support, help, just literally hands on the ground, and also connecting us with other partners. And again, that goes back to sharing the resources. So Bartlett brought Corona tools to us, which was great, and something we might not have known about otherwise, but they have provided invaluable support for tool donations to help us really meet our mission and to serve the greater Chicago region. I think any kind of partnership that Open Lands has with a funder or a sponsor or a partner, I think it's clear and open communications, I think is the best option. I think hearing what the employees want from a corporation, for example, where their interests lie, where they might think of a connection that might be good for us to mine, that just having that open dialogue is really helpful to us as an organization. Again, we might not have all the resources that we need, and so that just sharing of the ideas and keeping things open is really helpful for us. I think the very basic point that a lot of nonprofits still just need support with is even connecting first with organizations through social media, and really connecting with them, starting to figure out what their mission is, maybe sharing then if you agree with what they're saying, sharing it with your friends. I think also seeing what kind of events they have. Open Lands, for example, has a variety of events. Yes, we have our annual lunch in the fall that you can attend, but we also have many on-the-ground events with our Tree Keeper program in particular. We have tree plantings and tree care work almost every weekend. So there's a way for you to literally roll up your sleeves and participate in the volunteer opportunities that are already out there that are available on people's websites. I think if the deeper engagement there are, at many times of course there's a board usually that governs the nonprofit, but there are many committees that you could, if you wanted to get a deeper level of engagement, to participate at the committee level to really understand what the organization is about and how they work and how they function and what their role is in the community too. Bartlett has been a great supporter of Tree Keepers. We're entering our 24th year, and we have about 1,500 people who have gone through the program. And this program is unique because it teaches people, and right now in the city, people come from all neighborhoods in the city to participate in this program, and they learn about tree care and tree planting. And we've seen the program also grow too. In the last year, we've expanded it to a class at Morton Arboretum in the western suburbs, and also up in Evanston we're expanding, and then we're looking to expand to Lake County this fall as well. So it's been an exciting initiative, and it really has provided us the backbone to do our tree care work here in the city.
Hi, I'm Steve Ball. I'm Associate Vice President of Development here at the Chicago Botanic Garden. We're a 385-acre site on the north shore of the Chicago area. We have 50,000 member households, and we get 1 million visitors a year.
Steve, why is it important for companies like Bartlett and other corporations to partner with a group like the Chicago Botanic Garden?
It's extremely important. There are obvious reasons for just being involved in the communities that companies work in. Their employees can get involved here at the garden, but it's really better when companies line up. They align with our mission, and our mission is to we cultivate the power of plants to sustain and enrich life. So we're really interested in partnering with any company that has those similar values.
What have you seen as some of the benefits, kind of the win-win in partnerships like this?
There are a number of benefits, aside from the most obvious one, which is any not-for-profit. We rely on financial support of many of our corporate partners, but it's so much deeper than that. We have employee engagement opportunities. We get many groups of corporate employees coming here to volunteer. We love that because they learn a lot more about what we do here. We also get a lot of in-kind support. So in-kind support can range from horticultural expertise through to actually physical work that we can't do on our own, and that provides immense budget relief for a not-for-profit such as the garden. And maybe another area is also it helps us with program development. If we develop something jointly, a new symposium, then that's something that we can offer to our members and visitors as well as Bartlett clients. Because of the partnership, one of our major donors recognized that Bartlett was one of our partners, and when she needed a lot of work done to her property, which is substantial, she made the connection to one of your associates, and that work is now taking place. A good way to start to get involved, I think if they make that connection with us we're in corporate relations, we work with all of the garden's corporate partners. We could even set up an introductory volunteer day for employees, and then it's really a relationship building thing. It's getting to know each other, getting to know if our missions align, and then partnerships just seem to naturally grow out of that when there is good alignment.
Well, thanks, Steve. Appreciate your time.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for your support.
Today we're here in the Lurie Garden. This is a 5-acre oasis in the middle of Millennium Park in downtown Chicago. And what's really important about the Lurie Garden is that we're dedicated to sustainability. So we don't use any chemicals in the garden at all, or on any of the planting beds. And in the shoulder hedge, which surrounds the garden, we use an OMRI certified organic fertilizer, which is called Boost. So we're really proud that we don't use any chemicals, and what that leads to is a great diversity of wildlife in the garden, and it creates a space that is really welcoming to people and wildlife.
Right. So when you think about partnerships and companies being involved with the Lurie, why is it important for a company to be involved with what you're doing here at the garden?
Right, so at the Lurie Garden, we like to engage companies who have a similar dedication to sustainability. We really wouldn't partner with someone who didn't have the same ideals as us. It's really crucial that we don't lose sight of that. And so for us, partnering with Bartlett is a great example because you have a proven track record of being dedicated to sustainability, and you also back that up with a great dedication to science. So not only are you saying this is a great organic certified fertilizer, but you have the scientific results to prove that. Or if we find a pest problem, you can go ahead, take samples, have them identified in your lab, so we know for sure what we're looking at, what the problems are, and how to treat it most effectively. So for us, it's really important that it goes full circle, and that the companies we're partnering with are proud to also partner with us, and we're proud to partner with them. It makes for a really successful long-term relationship. So here at the Lurie Garden, we offer educational programs for adults and families. So what's really successful for us in terms of partnerships is if we have experts come and help teach our programming classes. We don't have the expertise in tree care or in pest identification, but someone like Bartlett can come in and teach those classes for us, and we really feel, secure that they're providing expert information and helping people move forward in their sustainability goals in their garden and coming away with good skills from trained experts. So that's a way that we really like to partner, and it's good for us because we have great people coming in and teaching our classes, and it's also great for Bartlett because you get exposure to our participants, so it seems to work really well in that way. So, for us, it's a successful partnership is when both parties are really getting benefits from it. But I think it's also important that we're both having fun and that it's a good relationship, because if you're not having fun, it's not going to be successful. And I think that's true also just in terms of our overall work environment at the Lurie Garden. our goal is for people to do a good job, but to have fun while they're doing it. Because if you're not having fun, you're not going to put all of your energy and effort into doing it. And so that's kind of what makes the partnership work for us, is that we have fun. Eric comes and releases ladybugs at some of our plant sales and festivals for kids. Then we've had him teaching classes as well. And I've gone to speak about sustainable programs at the Lurie and Bartlett symposiums. So it really works well, and we both get to benefit from the relationship. Right now we're standing in the middle of a 5-acre perennial garden, but what you probably don't realize is that we're on top of 7 levels of parking garage with 3,000 parking spaces. So here in Millennium Park, it's one of the largest rooftop gardens in the world. So what a lot of people don't realize, because we're situated at ground level, is that we are a rooftop parking garage. And we have 18 to 36 inches of soil. So we have a really shallow soil profile, but we've chosen plants that thrive here. So it's been a really successful garden.
So what's the craziest, most challenging thing you've had to deal with, having this park right in the middle of the city?
The challenging thing for us is that the park on the whole gets 5 million visitors a year. We estimate probably a third of those come through the Lurie Garden. So 1.5 million a year. That would make us one of the most visited public gardens in the U.S. And that can really take a toll on the hardscape. People never anticipated having these kinds of crowds here. So we've had to invest a significant amount of money into the hardscape. So we're removing and improving all of the pathways. It's also been challenging with the lighting, things like that. So I would say the hardscape has been challenging. The hedge has also been challenging. So we have a hedge.
That's the confined hedge there that's in jail.
Yeah, so it's a species of arborvitae. And originally there were some selections made, certain cultivars that were not growing fast enough, or really would ever reach the top of the steel structure that surrounds it. And so we actually had to remove a significant amount of arbs and then replace them with wintergreen, because the original cultivar that went in would never get to that height. So that was a pretty significant challenge. But now you can see that the hedge has really filled in. It's gotten to the height of the frame, so it's doing well. But that's been a challenge, and for years was the most commonly asked question was why are the shrubs in cages? Luckily now it's not quite as evident, so people are happy with it, but that has been a real challenge.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Jennifer.
Thanks.